Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do another velocity banking review. So, what is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you throw all of your money into debt and you don't save money, right? You don't save money with the help of a line of credit. Now, what's funny is if you ask anybody, right? Ask anybody, should I save money? Including AI and what we call the Googles, right? The Googles, um, you get a different response. You get a response that say, "Hey, this is important. It allows you to enjoy greater security in your life." And this is from Discover, one of the biggest financial lending corporations on the planet. So, are they trying to help us, or do they have some sort of nefarious agenda? I don't know. Okay. But if you've been watching this channel, you'll know that saving money is a joke. In fact, I got the chat GPTs to tell me, can you describe in the voice of the Joker, the Batman villain, why saving money is a complete joke in the context of velocity banking? And we'll go ahead and play the response.
Oh, saving money, you say? Saving! That's rich! But let's put a smile on that boring little piggy bank of yours and break it down, shall we? You see, the banks, oh, those clever little jokers, they love you when you save. They pay you peanuts in interest. What, 0.5%? Maybe 1 if they're feeling generous. Meanwhile, they take your hard-earned cash, lend it out at 6%, 10%, 20%, and laugh all the way to their vaults. It's a con, my dear friend, a beautiful con. They sell you a dream of security while they're making a killing off your safe little nest egg. But velocity banking? Oh ho, now that's where things get interesting. Instead of hoarding cash like some scared little squirrel, you use the bank's own toys, HELOCs, credit lines, to smash debt and reduce interest. You don't save money, you make it work for you. It's like borrowing the Batmobile to run errands. Why sit in traffic when you can take the fast lane? The best part? While everyone else is playing the bank's game and saving, you're outsmarting them. You're not just winning, you're redefining the game. And the banks? They're left scratching their heads wondering where their precious profits went. So why save when you can move? Why stash when you can leverage? Saving is for suckers who don't realize they're the punchline. Velocity banking? That's how you become the one telling the joke. Ha 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 ha. Now, that is financial madness done right.
I love how he can't laugh correctly. Reminds me of Knuckles when Knuckles is reading a text message where he says dot, 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 rather than just saying it. Right? So, yes, saving is for suckers who don't realize they are the punchline. My goodness, this ChatGPT thing is such a genius, right? So, let's go ahead and get started. So, what is velocity banking? All it is a debt payoff strategy where you throw all your money into debt with the help of a line of credit, all your money into debt. And let's just do this, okay? I know in this scenario we got negative savings, but let's cheat a little. We're going to increase our income 12,606.23, where we literally have this amount in income, this amount in savings, and then we have 1 penny left over, or I'm sorry, this amount of expenses, and then we literally have 1 penny left over in savings. Now, how do I save money? And is it even possible to save money kind of like the way that the banks are telling you? I don't know, right? Probably not. And I don't know about you, but if I saved this little penny here, how am I going to experience greater security in my life? That makes absolutely no sense. Thanks, Discover, for leading me to a confusing path. Okay. So, what we're going to do is this: we're going to have the same income, same expenses, right? Let's go ahead and copy these expenses, and we're going to not save money. Not save money. How does that work? Well, if you take a look at my checking account, right, money comes in and then money goes out. As soon as the money hits the checking account, it just goes out into what we call a line of credit. And so I'm not saying you got to do this, but in my bank account, it's all zero, right? So what's a line of credit? It's basically your new operating account when you do a velocity banking. right? So all it is a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay it back, and then use it over and over again. That's all a line of credit is. And you can see right here, 280,000 in credit limits. 280,000. So what does that mean? I could go to a bank's website, click a button, they'll dump $280,000 into a checking account at a 7.5% interest rate. And I have over $579,000 in credit lines. $579,000. Isn't that amazing? I think that's so amazing. Okay. All right. So let me go back here and do all this. And all right. So we're going to have something called cash flow. Cash flow. Okay. And we're going to assume we have access to a line of credit and we'll say $200,000. Now, would the bank give you a fresh and new line of credit when you only have one penny of savings left over? No, because they don't lend money to people who need it, right? And so just be aware of that. And this is kind of like a warning, don't even get here, right? I actually learned about velocity banking before I even got into debt because, if you don't make enough money, they don't want to lend to you. You know who the bank's best customer is? People who make money and then they're just kind of bad at managing it. All right. So let's go ahead and move. How much credit card debt is this? 27, 35, 18, 5, 8, 15, 27, 37, 10. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So it's $182,000 in credit card debt. And let's go ahead and move it into the line of credit because we start off with the credit cards, the high interest rate credit cards, and the short term buy now, high interest rate loans as well. So I'm going to do this. And that's 10 credit cards. And look at that. I didn't save any money. I threw all my money into debt, right? No saving money. And I got $5,900 of cash flow. 5,900. Oh my goodness. Like, are you getting a heart attack? I'm getting a heart attack looking at this, knowing if I followed Discover's traditional advice, that I would not have security and I'd still be struggling, right? So final step is you put your entire paycheck, this 12 grand, into the line of credit, take out the expenses, and then rinse and repeat over and over again, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and do this and do this minus, all right. To get the next month's balance is based on the previous month's balance plus the previous month's interest minus our cash flow. And then what we do is we take the average daily balance. We're going to take that, multiply it by the interest rate, which is 0.08, and divide by 12. And then we're going to copy and paste this, right? Copy and paste this. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. And so now it's 35, right? 35 months. We paid off all the credit card debts. So let's put that as a milestone. 35 months, and then 182K, right? 182K right here. All right, so now, let's figure out 35 months what the balances of these all are. So let me go ahead and set up my loan calculator. My calculator, is that even a word? Oh, well. All right, so let me do this. 350, 000, 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 2 0 0 0 25 0 0 0 20 0 0 0 6 3.99 7 6 3, and then this is 5 5 5 10. And what month are we at? We are at month 35. All right, so I just do this 35 35 35 35 35. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this, right? Copy and paste. And then I'm going to do this. And we see that 25 grand, the 3 auto loans are now 25 grand. And we're going to pay this off first because they gave us our most bang for our buck in terms of cash flow. So that's what this CFI means. Think of it as a ranking system. The lower the number, the more bang you get for your buck in terms of cash flow, because I could pay all this off, right? So let me go ahead and do this. and then get $1,000 of cash flow, or uh, at the other end of the spectrum of our debt, I could focus on paying off this mortgage at 328,000 and only get 1,400 cash flow. So let's maximize our cash flow. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this here. So plus 25602.63. And then now let's maximize our cash flow here. So auto loans are now 0. Okay. And then 7 grand. Wow. You see how easy that was when we didn't save money? We're already at 7 grand when we started with 1 penny. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do this. All right. So 7020.41. All right. So 39 months. Okay. Okay, so 39 months, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, I don't even know what's going on. All right, so 39 months, and then I'm gonna add up these. So 182 plus 20 plus 25 plus 12. That's 239K. All right, so that's that. And then now we got the student loan. So we just do 39, 39, and then this is 0, 0, 0. All right, and then 73 grand, 73 grand. Okay, and so let me just go in here, and we can, we don't have to move this into a line of credit, but I think because the interest rate is close enough, well, actually 6%. No, so here's the thing. I'm just give you a quick summary. If the interest rate has a substantial difference, okay, by moving it to the line of credit, it's always not the wisest option, especially if you have a cash flow index, let's say higher than 50, right? So look at the mortgage here, 325,000. I only get 1,400 back, and we're going 3 to 8, right? But if you use something called the chunking method, which is just moving the loan into the line in pieces, it's kind of, the interest rate makes a difference, but not really, right? You always want to use the lowest interest rate, but one of the reasons why we still use the line of credit to pay off these lower interest rate loans is that we don't want to segregate our income. Okay. So, but let's do this, and I am going to move this 73 grand into here. So plus 73, 795.28. Now this is 0. And so what's our cash flow now? 8 grand. Ooh, I like that. I like that. All right. So this is 8130.62. And we see that in 48 months, it's all paid off, right? So I'm going to pay this sucker off in 48 months. So 339K, 339K, and then the mortgage, we just do the same thing, right? So in 48 months, what's the balance of the mortgage? It's 319,000, and we just do the chunking method, and we'll just do maybe like 12,000 or $13,000 chunks. And so again, here's the cool thing. I got this velocity banking calculator provided by Renatus. So if you don't know what Renatus is, it's where I originally learned all this velocity banking stuff from. I want to say crap, but it's not really crap, or maybe some people think it is. A lot of people used to come to my channel and just kind of like say, "This is awful," and I'd be like, "Yeah, dude, this is totally awful because I don't even know what I'm talking about. This is just an excuse for me to create a cult, and I've always wanted to do that." Or did I? I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and do this, and let me do this right here. So it's gonna be 350,000. What's the current balance? Current balance is 319,410. So 319,410. And the payment amount is 1475.61. 1475.61. And then current income is about 13,000. And then the living expenses, I think, is 3,000. It's everything except for the loan you're trying to pay off. So 3,000. Okay. And then let's just do $13,000 chunks. Ooh, 2.8 years. Love it. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. So 48 divided by 12 plus 2.8, 6.8 years. Whoopsie, not 7.8, 6.8 years. And we are debt free. Oh, look at that. 6.8 years. And we started literally at a penny. So, here's the thing. Do you think this is all possible by just simply saving money? Right? Like saving money is like, I think the reason why people get more debt rather than just paying things first of all, if you want to never get here, just never borrow money, right? But the bank's best customers, people who make money and are kind of bad at managing it, because that's the difference between here and then here. And here's the thing: you do want to get credit because your life gets a little bit easier to if you borrow money. How hard is it to save $200,000 to buy a house versus just borrowing $200,000 when you got the credit, right? So, um, credit does have its benefits. So here we got one penny of savings, and then if we just do the thing that Discover was talking about, and it's all like a big joke, right? Like, oh, you save like a 0.1%, and they lend it out at 6, 10, 20, and they're selling you the dream of security, right? Uh, yeah, right. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. This is Korean Atlanta Mentorship, and I'll see you on the next video.